This bag of water represents your belly fat, and these eggs, your abs. And I'm going to show you how to actually lose belly fat so that you can have visible abs. Now, it's important to understand every single person in the world has a six pack, but the one single factor that determines how visible it is how much fat is covering it. So the number one thing we have to do first and foremost to actually start losing belly fat is eat in a calorie deficit. If we're not in a calorie deficit, no fat will be leaving our body. Once we have our calorie deficit, here's what we can do to speed things along. Increase our step count. This is massive. Let me just pause the fat loss for a minute because I'm soaked. Or more specifically, increase our NEAT, which is literally just every type of movement that isn't deliberate exercise. Such as walking, increasing steps, parking further away from the shop, literally standing more in the day as opposed to sitting. If we maximize the amount of movement we do in a day, no matter how big or small, this is massive for speeding up our fat loss. Next, we can eat more protein. Now we're going, protein has the highest thermic effect of food, which means our body burns a lot more calories just to digest it. So this will help with your calorie deficit. But to be honest, it's not massive. What protein's even better for is helping you feel full when you're eating less calories, which will keep you in the calorie deficit long enough to keep losing enough fat to get closer to having them abs. And last but more or less least is we can include exercise. Now exercise only makes up like 5% of the total calories we burn in a day, so it's actually not as effective as you think as far as fat loss is concerned. But what that's good for is making our muscles bigger so that whenever we actually drop enough fat, we will have more of a shape to our physique and our muscles will pop more. So if we continue with all these things together, eventually we will keep dropping more and more fat until it gets to the stage where we have more visible abs. If you like more sound fat loss tips like this, drop me a wee follow.